So we're going into part 2 of AI. And if you were on last week, you should have gotten the PowerPoint and the recording. If I did.
You did?
Pretty cells home or something like that.
No, your realtor.
Have you updated your email address?
Be nice of me. I get too. Thank
I
you.
think so.
I don't know. I don't know where I got it. That's what, oh, that must have been what came up in my email thing. Okay, I'll get it to you.
Okay.
If any of you were on today and you didn't want it, okay, Jamie, I can get that.
We'll do it, probably send both when we
Yeah.
have that one.
Yeah, we'll spend them all together here
Yeah.
when it's done. So, but if you want to put it in the chat, I will get that.
Not in the chat.
Just leave it when you're done. So one of the things Richard and I talked about is to get into some of this live in the ChatGPT. And if you think this is going away, or you think that people aren't going to be real excited about it and everything else, I work with one of the largest groups when it comes to church growth. It's called Church Fuel. They are an international company that takes churches from 20, 30, 40, 50 to over 200. 200 mark is the mark where a church can be profitable on the business side, or a church can continue to operate and pay their staff and to do what they need to do. He's one of the reasons I'm in Florida. I went to one of his conferences, and it's a long story, but anyway, that was back in 2017, 2016. I was pretty much one of the first members. That is Church Fuel's AI booklet and how to properly use it as a church. So,
Yeah.
and it's right down the line. There's ethical issues, and we can discuss those all day long, especially, okay, so, and if you, I could probably write a sermon while we're doing this today, just by entering the prompts in the ChatGPT and not have to do the work, and that's wrong from a church side. To do your research is one thing, but then to claim it as your own is now you're plagiarizing ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Right? No?
I mean, again, there's different.
Yeah, there's different interpretations of it, but you have to be careful what you do, okay? And we want to stay on the right side of the ethics as business people, so.
Technically, you're doing the prompt, so it's generated, it's like you told someone, a person, write this for me, here's what I need. So.
Yeah, I understand that, but if you talked about building your own profile. So the ChatGPT knows it's you. But if Quinn goes in there and says, hey, write a sermon on Matthew 28 or Matthew 18:28, and then just uses it.
Right.
So
There are a lot of.
Yeah, take the shortcuts. So don't shortcut your business because it'll eventually bite you. Somebody will figure it out. So. But anyway, I'm gonna, Richard is going to get into some of the ins and outs here and show you how this works. And we'll go from there.
Who hasn't used ChatGPT? You haven't used it? Okay, so the easiest way to use it is just go on Google, type in ChatGPT. It will take you to OpenAI. That's the company that makes it, and you'll have to sign up. It's free chats, like chatting, and then GPT. And just Google that, and they'll tell you OpenAI, you go to
Are
OpenAI.
there different levels of it or just?
Yes, so the basic level is free. That's their 3.5 engine, which is pretty good. It's really fast and all that. But if you want the pro version, it's $20 a month. And you get some extra, you get the 4.0 engine, which is smarter. And you get some widgets, plugins, whatever you want to call it. They can interact with it to make it even more powerful. So like what we talked last week, that wasn't there yet. The plugin, so all the knowledge is up to 2021, but now there's a plugin that can go to the web and print stuff, recent stuff. Oh, and there's actually an app, the ChatGPT app. If you want to download it, you can do that too. And then use it on your phone.
Richard, I saw something today on the 4 that it limits you to so many inquiries in 3 hour period or something.
Yeah, it's not, it's really not, it wouldn't affect us.
Wouldn't affect us. Okay.
No way we're using it, I mean, as much. So this is from last time, the person who asked the right questions rules. So the way to make this work is you have to ask the right questions. So ideally, when you're gonna start doing this, oops, I'm going backwards. No, okay, yeah,
And so are people using this for their blogs or?
for everything,
Everything.
for emails, blogs, speeches, books, webinars,
But the-
email.
So are they gonna have ghostwriters anymore, or is that gonna go away?
No, it's not gonna go away.
It's not gonna-
It's actually enabling ghostwriters to do a better job.
Mhm.
Unless, I mean, someone who's gonna use ChatGPT to write a book probably would never hire a ghostwriter anyway. Right, so, but the ghostwriters will be able to work with more people. Most likely, there's gonna be more copywriters coming into the market because they have the tool that will help them do stuff.
Mhm.
So something you should always have, no matter if you're using ChatGPT or anything else, is your basic business information. And about your business, about your ideal customer, and about your product or service, and that's like, we work with different companies and we give them this sheet where they tell us all their profile, what they sell, who they sell to and all that. And I can, from my own experience, like most of the time, we don't think much about it. So it's really a good exercise to sit down and actually, okay, who do I want to sell to? Why? What am I about? What am my mission, objective, blah, blah, blah. But for ChatGPT, you definitely need it because you have to feed it, like Sam was saying, information about you, so it gives you relevant information. So garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't feed it good stuff, it'll give you bad stuff.
I gotta ask you this, how all this technology affecting the academic world?
A lot.
You got, I mean, because if I'm a teacher and kids are writing papers.
Right.
from This, how can I tell that? it's
There
there?
are tools to check if
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
if it's written, but there are programs to make it more human
Mhm.
like too, so there's always a way around. Who's people are gonna cheat anyway, they're gonna pay someone else to write the paper. So and again, if you want to have a better idea of what you do and you already have a website and all that, you could use ChatGPT 4 and tell them like, read the content of my website and create a business profile from that content.
Mhm.
And then it's gonna create a really extensive profile. And then you can say, create a summary of this business that I can use to feed it to ChatGPT when writing the prompt. And I did that yesterday, it was really nice, I'll show you what came out. Then about your ideal customer, you're gonna get the slides. Don't worry about that. What is the ideal customer profile for this business? Sometimes it can spit out stuff you didn't really imagine. And then the good thing is that you're gonna get, what do you call it? Oh, sorry. You can get an idea of who you're targeting based on what your website has, and it might not be the person you actually really wanted to target. So that's a good way to audit your own self. Then a summary for that and about your products and services, create a summary of the main services the business provides from the website. And then you're also going to be surprised, it looks like I'm offering this when I really want to offer that. So
Yes,
you have to rewrite your
absolutely.
your website content because it figured that out. And it's probably something that you actually, because sometimes we're probably very, how do you say it in English? In Spanish, it's como, like we like to be comfortable. So we hand it over to someone, they do it, we kind of look it through, it's okay. And then afterwards, oh, surprise, it's not. So anyway. So for content ideas, and we're going to use, and actually, I'm going to get out of here. So the idea for this, for example, is today you're going to be acting as a professional marketer, analyze product, and generate 10 unique headlines I can use in my social media posts. The idea should focus on adding value to customers. So basically, the only thing you have to do is copy this, and you're going to get this. And then I go to ChatGPT. I'm going to use GPT-3 because it's the one available to everyone. Paste it in, and here you can do insert product equal, and I set it up this way so it's easy, so I don't have to go looking for product all over the place. I could put pool cleaning, pool cleaning services, and then press enter, and they're like, okay, cool. So here are some books headlines that ChatGPT came up for our social media. Say goodbye to pool maintenance headaches. Let's take care of your pool cleaning needs. Enjoy sparkling clean pool without the hassle. by professional consultant, et cetera, et
So for
cetera.
me, if I were gonna use that, could I do like instead of products equals pool
Yeah.
cleaner, I would put service equals real estate.
Yeah, real, analyze, real estate. Because I'm, sometimes you wanna like read it between the lines, so analyze. If I put real estate and generate, it would be, I put real estate market and generate unique hooks. Let's see what comes out. Oops. Discover a dream home and thrive in the real estate market. Let's guide you to the perfect property, invest your future with confidence. Explore lucrative opportunities in the real estate market, unlock potential. And again, this is like the first draft. You can tell them, oh, I like number, so I could say like, great, I usually kind of talk with it, like or someone,
Mhm.
great. I like 2, 3, and 7, I haven't read them, create 10 more based on these. So it'll look at those and based on those, it will create,
Very cool.
right? So after that, you can say, okay, I have those 10, write 100-word post for each one of those 10 above. Just paste it in here. And where did it go? Where did I do? Should be, here it comes. Yep. Oh. So loading. The fast internet connection. So now it's created a new thing. And something I did that probably wasn't right is I put yours right under the pool one. Because it remembers the conversation up to 20 something words. So it might, if you just say about this business, it might start talking about pool stuff. So here is the post for Facebook. So seize the opportunity and explore and starts giving you all this stuff, but we'll see that eventually it might stop somewhere. Yeah, so it stopped there. Oh, okay. So I asked for 10, and it only gave me 8, but that's because it only writes that much, but I just have to say continue. As easy as that.
Nice.
And then I'll continue with 8, 9, and 10.
You're able to send me all of them.
Hmm?
You're able to send me like all the slides and everything?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you all these slides. Not what I'm generating, but, and then I can do. So let's say if you like them. Let's say we like 6 and 7. And then I can put right post 6. You could do 6, 7, 8, and 9, or all of them if you want. And 7. And 7 more casual voice, use emojis to draw attention and create a list of hashtags. And there you go. It's doing it in more cat. So you can, so you can tell us when we saw this last time, you can tell it the tone you want it to write in.
Yeah.
Like more formal, more professional, funny, casual, like a hillbilly. What you can, like you can do, tell whatever, and it knows all this stuff. Like, you could like, right. These, if they are written. And sometimes it won't let me use the all term. Oh, yeah. See, nobody uncovers hidden gems like we do. Tremendous untapped potential in the local real estate market. I know the best plots, believe me, from up and coming neighborhood. Like it does learn the tone of celebrities and it'll write it for you. If you ask them to write something a little controversial with Donald Trump's voice, it won't. They'll tell you we won't.
She can give you the hashtags.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But it omitted the, I can tell what you forgot. Emojis. Oh, there you go, okay. Now it's spreading with emojis. Sometimes it'll even apologize and say, I'm sorry for that. And it throws it back again. So that's kind of for ideas. So I like to do the, give me 10 ideas. Or actually you could do, if you want to generate content that's relevant to your market, you could say, give me 10 questions people who are looking to buy a house should ask or are asking. And it'll give you the question that gives you, okay, I never thought about. Sometimes it will come up with stuff that you never thought about. And it's great to do that.
What it, and the way what he's talking about there is what it will do for you if you do that is bring something to mind that maybe you didn't think about, so now you're ready to answer the question.
Right.
So it just, yeah, guys, you gotta try.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Could it be, area specific?
I don't see why not. Like, what do you think about?
Well, rewriting those 100 posts for the Tampa area.
Oh, yeah, that, I mean, that would be like,
Or maybe for an age range, 55 plus.
Right, more specific
To
Yeah.
whatever.
market.
Yeah.
these in, for people 55 to 65 plus. 55 and
Because, 30-year-olds vocabulary.
Right, right.
And the way they speak is
So-
it'd be different than a 55-year-old.
so what it's doing, it's like sprinkling the information, discover hidden gems, exclusive for seeking crowd in the Tampa Bay area. Unlock untapped potential local real estate market for individual age, blah, blah, blah. Driving 55 plus communities and the hashtags 55 plus, Tampa Bay homes. So it does, it will adjust it. And this is the important thing, whatever it spits out first isn't really the best you can get. I don't know who it was who told a president that told his writer, write a speech for this, and the guy came back with a big speech, like, is this the best you could do? And he said, and he sent it back like 3 times, and like finally it's okay, here, this is the best I could do. Okay, great. I never read the first 2, but I knew you can always do better. So same here, you wanna tell it to do this, change that, adjust the tone, the joys, how you're speaking, or who you're speaking to. That's, yeah.
And
That's
it did add the last sentence in there, whether it's to 55, whether
Oh,
you're
yeah,
downsizing, relocated, or investing.
yeah. Exactly, ideal home in the Tampa Bay area. So it will do what you tell it to do.
And read what
Yes,
it tells you. So I was showing our children's minister at church how to do a script for a deal that her and I are doing in church on the 4th or 6th, or whatever that Sunday is. And I left a couple of the words in there. Something about creating a symbiotic relationship. We're talking to high school and elementary school kids. They don't know what the word symbiotic means, right? And so, but I said, now, when you do this, you have to pay attention. You have to put it in the language that people can talk.
right. And this, like this one, this example here is called like a multi-prompt or multi-purpose. You told it, do this, then now do that, now write this and that. But you're refining it. Here's another one, like, and I like to, it's not really that it'll make a huge difference, but I do like to tell it, act as. It does change a little, like if you, and I've done this a couple of times with other markets that I have no idea about, and it does help. But if you're doing like for like a real estate, let's see. Marketer, give me 5 examples of advertising in the state. Invest, that will probably change. It tended to attract. Who do you want to attract?
Seniors.
Senior. So it's just giving you the secure retirement to throw profitable real estate investment in Tampa for seniors. Because I said investing, so, and then say, and it's, this is me, like, please note that these headlines are for a specific purpose and should be customized further for language specific marketing goals. So before I wouldn't do that. And if you're using for, like if you're using the option for, if you're using paid option, you can do that, and then you have the plugin.
What does the plugin do?
The plugin allows you to browse the web. So let's say What is your website?
Mine,
Yeah, I just got you.
you, the realtor.com.
You,
Realtor.com.
can reach 5 headlines. 5 headlines of the using the. Actually, I don't even need to put. I can use. I can remove this. Because it should learn that from your website, attract seniors. Based on the content, I'll put this. Right, so again, it's like, remember, you're talking to a child, so be as explicit as you can. Give them, imagine it's like these things, as people can't read your mind. So if you're thinking about, oh, I just want 5 headlines to do this and that, tell them that for this and that base. And trying to attract seniors, attract. It's just that. So it's going to say right now, it's going to say using web pilot, but it's checking out your website. It's going to analyze it.
It's only gonna work for the 4.0 version.
Right, if you have the paid version. And be careful if you use it on the 3.0, that same prompt in the 3.0. Sometimes it might say, just give you something and it's making it up based on the URL. So it could be totally wrong. Most likely it's just making stuff up. Oh, there you go.
Hey, the upgrade is like $20 a month.
Yeah, it's $20 a month. And it
Right.
depends on how much you use it, right? Obviously,
So read those, Quinn, what do you think?
I like it.
you're quintessential. Do you have that on your website?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Transition.
Isn't that smart?
Okay.
And you can say like, make more fun and casual. It's gonna come up like something very casual. And then when you say casual, it's. Yeah, a little bit, no, not that bad. I've seen sometimes you put casual in an email and it starts like, hey, bro.
A
It's like a little bit too much.
little too casual.
Yeah. Then. Okay, then for here, what else do we have?
You see how you can dial this.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, this is, okay,
Everyone's talking about it now. I think
oh, yeah.
I have not played with it at all.
Be careful, make sure that you either set a timer or
Yeah.
you pay attention to your time. You will get lost in it. I'm telling you, you will get.
That was like TikTok when I first saw TikTok.
Oh, yeah. It's worse because yeah, you think you're learning.
Yeah.
Use mine on here.
Oh, okay. How do you spell million,
No. AN, yeah,
air,
2 words technically,
air,
with an E. AIRE. AI.
no, AI,
RE.
oh,
Yeah.
Are you in church?
Hmm?
Are you in church?
no.
No,
Oh.
I just go to different events. Yeah.
Air conditioner. Service. Air conditioning. Yeah, I can take typing plus mouse and head. And the client would be homeowners.
Sure. Make it easy for you now. I already texted my marketing guy, told him to order this, and I'll follow up with the PowerPoint so he knows how to do it.
So here you go. So I asked it to do social media content for the month. The content should include 3 posts per week, targeting this client, and cover relevant hashtags and topics. So week 1. And we have post 1, share useful tips about. So it's telling you what you should post about.
Okay,
Right there. And then, so this is the more you really have the knowledge. You want to use your knowledge, you just want to triggers on But like a lot of people do, okay, I can do videos, I know my stuff, but what should I talk about? Like, and then they say, okay, share a tip about this and that.
And it does understand the month. For example, in my business, January would be different than June.
No,
Okay,
it wouldn't, you would have to tell them that.
okay,
So consider this, like,
okay,
and you would have to, so you can say like, this, so in this, in this, um, month, the more sought after. Their products are duct cleanings.
yeah. That's fine. So I don't want to check type that much.
Yes,
It's
I
not-
think take that into. Let's see if it'll rewrite it just that. Okay, yeah, so it did review it. So here's start post on sharing partner with duct cleaning. Feature customer testimonials, how it possibly did that. And then if you want it to look nicer, you can just turn this into a table. There, it's a nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow, I had never tried that.
What was the directive on that?
Well, please format this content into a table,
Nice.
very simple.
Because that's easier to read than a statement.
Yeah, and see,
It catches people's attention.
For sure.
And then all you do is copy and paste.
yeah, and you can actually, tell, so, okay, so from here, I could say, please create a video outline for. Because you already know about this, I'm gonna say create a video outline for this week 1, post 1, I'll just paste that. And you can do obviously any week. But wait, it's my line.
You always.
Hola, Motito. Hola, estoy en reunión. No estoy en reunión. Bye bye.
I always answer the wife's call.
Yes.
That's.
I wasn't, but yeah, definitely. So here is the video outline. Introduction, start with engaging an opening hook to grab viewers' attention, introduce millionaire as an expert in air conditioning service about duct cleaning. Mention the focus of the video, the importance of duct cleaning for improving indoor air quality. Then explain indoor quality, define indoor air quality. Oh, okay. Discuss how there's your script. Conclusion recap, so I can, this, so, okay, so here's the difference. This is create a video outline for, okay, turn this into a script. I can read off that, oh, yeah. With, there. So now it's gonna actually just tell you what to do. Welcome to an air, you're supposed to air conditioning. So you could actually put this on a teleprompter and just hit record and start reading off like news anchor. And it has the other information there where you could hand it to someone who's editing your video to add some pictures and stuff like that. Like it will be very extensive if you wanted to.
So here's the thing with that. Turn this into a 10-minute. Condense it down to a 10-minute presentation. Now,
Right.
now you have your outline for your 10-minute presentation at wherever you're speaking.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay, or you could say, pull out the main points for a 60-second elevator speech.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And then you put your own words in there, but what it's doing, it has intelligently looked at the industry and the specific product that you're in service that you're offering for that industry. I'm right, aren't I? I mean, that's,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
that's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm. Here's another one, if you wanted to write an email like today, be acting as direct response. I usually use direct response because it kind of creates, the format is very to have your end user take action. That's like direct response copywriter specializes in persuasive email marketing. Below are the details I need you to take into consideration. Please write a 200-word email in a tone, like it could be in dear friend or advisor or whatever tone for a business, the business name, business type, and the email is about promoting this.
And we send out emails to all of our existing clients
Right.
at least once a month, if not every 2 months. And it's handwritten by our marketing director. This is gonna help him immensely by putting it into a,
And like you can have the tone, the name of your company, you have it, the type of business you already have that. And you only have to change the offer. And each time it'll give you a new one and you say, I like that, or I don't like that, please come up with an alternative. And it will. Now, and obviously you massage it. If you wouldn't really want to be fancy, there's a service called thanks.io. So if you have a CRM, you can connect it to thanks.io. And that would send the thanks.io, what they do is they print postcards with handwritten messages. So you can actually, depending how you want to do this, you can set it up so when a new customer comes in, it'll automatically trigger that message to thanks.io. They'll print the postcard that says, thanks for being a great customer, the name, you can personalize it and I'll mail it directly through. So you don't have to do anything.
I like to write postcards still, thank you notes, and I have worse writing than a doctor.
Okay, so that you can basically, if you set it up correctly, you can automate it where you just say, okay, you have a form that says our new customer, name, business, address. Enter, you have already a generic kind of welcome thing, and then it'll automatically send it to the thanks.io, print it, mail it. And
There's
it's free or 5
they have
minutes.
that availability
What?
to write the personalized. And,
No, you would personalize.
but I know, but we can have it formatted that way,
Yeah,
yeah.
sure, yeah. But I'm not gonna go into this one, it's basically kind of the same thing, because I don't have, I mean, you could if you want. I'm gonna try it out with someone. Have plenty of
How many
time.
of you are sending out emails on a regular basis?
How often?
Once per week.
Okay, good, that's good. Are they relevant or what are you sending out?
So I remember sitting on our specials and, about anything that I'm trying to, let's say this week it's all about IVs. So I'm gonna send you kind of like a block of benefits.
Okay,
One would be benefits, another one might be, hey, in case you missed it, this is our specials, we just wanted to let you know. So it's short and sweet, most would have a flyer and.
make sure like if you're using flyers in your emails, graphics,
Okay,
that you have an alternate image, text to the image. Because some people browse their emails with the images turned off, so they would never see it.
okay,
So I'd rather put little pictures in and have everything in text. Because people won't see, like, I forgot to tell that to Dory, like if the whole flyer has all the text of your email, the image, and they have images turned off, they'll never
so
see you.
have the text.
There's a alt text setting when you put an image, so it has the alternative text to the image. And it kind of is also good for people who can't see, because the software will read it out loud. And you should also kind of mix it up with useful information, not only your offers. That way they have a reason, oh, she gave me this wonderful tip the other day, that they might not even have to buy something. But that way they're but if they know you're only sending out offers, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not interested in doing anything right now, it's just, yeah. Maybe one day, oh, yeah, I really feel neck pain, hungover, let me go check the offer, to see if I can get an IV or something. But otherwise, they're not reading it, because there's nothing useful in it. But make sure but definitely do send out your offers. Like some people do all useful content just to stay top of mind, which is good. But people tend to forget what you do. So they're like reading the emails, oh, this is great, at local events and stuff, and okay, cool, I need a realtor, yeah, who should I call? And the realtor was the one sending all those emails, not you, of course. But I've seen several of those. Then what else do we have here? Email improvement. So if you already have an email and you want to make it better, you can just put this like today. This is like, I do this a lot actually, because my writing is really bad. My grammar is terrible. I learned English watching old movies. And so, yeah, it's sad. And my tone is very casual too. So usually I write an email and I grab it, I put it in here. Okay, check it for grammar, spelling, to make sure it's understandable and make it a little convincing, so. Yeah, suggest any improvements. It will generate a better, it will generate a better conversion and poof, automatically it will spit out something probably a lot better that you don't want to just copy and paste it. You want to go back and add your own touch. Like sometimes it's either, like in this case, I put a follow-up with, I did this week on Monday and it came out too formal for me. But it's more casual. That was too casual. And that's why I just added that one. Too casual, make it a little conversational, but interesting to read. And I was okay. And then I went over it and corrected a couple of things and put in stuff I would say rather, and I don't have enough content of my own to say, this is my style of writing, that learns it. You could do that, like if you grab all your emails and feed it, like you can tell it. I don't have the information, but you can say, I'm gonna show you several of my emails, just read them, don't do anything. I will give you instructions once you confirm you've read it and say, okay, you understand? They'll say yes, then you paste one email. Okay, now I'm gonna give you another email, just read it, same thing again. Then you get like five, okay, now analyze those emails and tell me the tone and format of the email so I can and create a prompt that I can feed back to you in the future. So that way it kind of pulls out your way of saying things from those emails. So when you give it something, you can, okay, write in my style. Right? It is really cool. Then, oh, this is one that you were basically saying a second ago, answering objections. So, one.
Yeah.
So today we're acting as a professional sales negotiator, consider possible objections to what? To, writing. And give a step instructions on how to answer these objections in a friendly tone. Will make customers like. Fire. And I have the service down there, but anyway, just remove that. But this is interesting because it comes up sometimes with stuff that you have never thought about. So, objection, what if photography is too expensive? So here's how you can go back to them with that. Objection 2. What is it? Wait. Oh, wow, this is a lot. Wait. Okay, objection number 1. So here's your response. Step 1. Step 2, highlight the value and benefit. Step 3, offer flexible options. So it gives you like you actually how to talk with them. I haven't seen this one actually do it this way. How to respond to those objections. Then we don't like posing for photos. Show empathy and understanding, highlight the photographer's approach and expertise, share testimonials and for examples. And there's a bunch of things like, let's see, we have family member, friend with a good camera who offered to take, that's probably a good objection, right? So you appreciate the offer, emphasize the benefits of professional photography, highlight the importance of enjoying the full day. Oh yeah, there you go. A photographer will do it and you can relax and enjoy the event. So like these are, I mean, I'm not sure what you would say, but they look pretty good to me. Like if I would be starting out as a photographer, I'd say, okay, now I have these negotiating tactics in my toolbox.
Just glancing through these, so the tone, so we have a family, I'm looking, this one I'm looking at, family member friend with good camera who's offered to take the photos, okay? You know, that's great, that's wonderful. Your tone then is going to determine how they're going to respond to you. So in this, you know that that's not wonderful,
Yeah.
right? You know it's not because all the objections are right there. But if you acknowledge the fact that they have, this is what they're thinking about doing, and you don't say, "Oh, that's a horrible idea." You know, that's a wonderful idea that you have someone who's close to you. And then you move right into, you know, basically what are they going to be doing? They're going to be taking pictures instead of enjoying the day and stuff like that. And so many folks, when it comes to the sales side of it, that's where they make a huge mistake. Instead of acknowledging
Well, they go right,
the objection, they go right to the.
oh, they're gonna take crappy pictures.
Yeah, right.
They don't know what
Yeah,
they're doing.
and it might be Ansel Adams or somebody like that,
Yeah.
you know?
And I have the worst wedding video because my mother-in-law's sister recommended her friend. He's like, oh, he'll do a great job and he's super cheap. And my mother-in-law, okay. And it's terrible, it's sad, like,
Yeah.
I've only watched it twice, I think. Don't wanna watch it again. Yeah, so. So, yeah, but that's a great point, man.
Yeah. We always try to cut the objection down, you have to agree with it. You have to agree with it,
Mhm.
it's too expensive. Well, I understand, that price is a consideration. But doesn't it sound like a great idea? Or do you like the idea? Because basically you discounted the objection without telling them that it was what they're thinking is a bad idea, but now you're saying, isn't my proposal a good idea? And they'll agree with you, let's face it, unless, you agree with this one.
Yeah,
Now you have a micro agreement,
Mhm.
you got that micro agreement that you need to move on. Yep.
so, yeah, and this thing, like, if you know, I'm not sure if we talked, do you know the frameworks for writing? AIDA, PAS, 4Ps and stuff like that, for writing? Have you heard of those? Look, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, action. PAS is problem, agitate, solution. So those are writing frameworks to create an outcome from the reader. So if you tell them what writing and for you. There you go. Oh, okay, this is problem solutions, SWOT analysis. This is different. No, it didn't give me, it gave me different stuff. Um,
And what was yours again? IATA?
yeah. Well, no. It should not, I mean, the other day, yeah, there you go. It's CS talking about the data framework operating stuff for 10 dimensions, third action. It's popular method used in marketing and advertising to create persuasive and effective copy. There's a breakdown.
Very cool.
Yeah. I think that probably can ask what. Copy.
And so I can probably, in your previous thing, the directive you gave them, and then just add in
Oh, there you
within
go.
an IATA. Right?
Yeah, so you could do, so here you go, pass, problem, educate, solution, feature, advantage, benefit. Pastor, problem, FYI, solution, testimonial, offer, response. 4 Ps, picture, promise, proof, push, before and after. So you can say, write an email to bride explaining why a professional photographer, or is it that right? No, no, PH is go use the and so when you tell them to use a framework and it has the parts of the framework there, you're supposed to take them out.
Yeah.
Don't leave that in.
Yeah, don't
Like
leave that.
someone's reading the email, like attention, interest, like, no, that's for your reference.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's explaining what paragraph does what, right? And there you go, so that's would be an email. And let's see. And from objections and, oh, okay, so this is just modifiers for existing stuff. So if you, like, if you from write this email, I can say, okay, right to You know, just so you get more options. So here's another one, still with the Ada thing, rewrite it in a different voice. Follow the structure and tone of, and write a new whatever. So I can use, say, use this email and write some social media posts based on that. So if you like, let's say you hired a copywriter in your company and they did a great job for your email marketing, and you want to leverage that you already paid for your social media, you could grab the emails, one, multiple,
Thank you.
and then put them in there and say, okay, now write a, what do you call it? Write a social media marketing campaign based on this or these emails. So it's going to use that content that you already know is really good to do that. And finally, in case you're still hungry for more, there's these prompts. These are sites that have prompts. So you can, it's a list, so you can go check them out. There's one prompt base or prompts that you have to pay for. Well, here are a ton of prompts, like whatever you want. Act as a English translator and improve. Act as a interviewer, Excel sheet, storyteller, football, stand-up comedian. I want you to, so these are prompts that mostly so you get ideas of what to write. Prompt Pal is another one. Right, Sonic is, there's, I mean, all of these have hundreds of prompts. You can read through them, as Sam says, set an alarm for the time you're gonna spend on this, otherwise the whole day can go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's like your prompt superpower. What do you want? Content writing, development, marketing, education. Click on that and it'll give you a bunch of prompts related to that. So, okay, there. So, time for managing resources, I don't know. And this one, I like this one. I just put it because I like it, but prompt based. There's a lot of stuff you can do with images that I didn't think that was really relevant for today. But you can create, like, I've been using it to create some images that I use for custom and social media. Oh, not ChatGPT, there's other AI softwares that do that.
Oh,
But they create great images and they're all yours. Like, I actually grabbed, I don't think I can see it. Yeah, I can.
Which one is this?
Pardon me? Oh, well, there's a bunch. This one is prompt based, where it's taken a while to load, but these are people that sell their prompts. They figured out a really good prompt for something and they sell it. It's like $2-3 depending on whatever the prompt is. Let me see if I can go to Discord.
So he's looking for that. I had to do me a slide presentation or a quick disc presentation and recommendations for pictures. Because I didn't have, this to do the pictures. And it said it started off with it, with describing what disc is. And then basically a classroom, it said, put a picture of a business type classroom behind it. I mean, it's, yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
How?
Are you human?
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Answer truthfully.
Yes. There are some new robots.
I don't think it believes you.
No, it's thinking.
Yeah, it's thinking.
Thank you.
I can't think of any business where this, would not be.
Well,
I'm so excited because literally, like, I have to pull teeth to get people to help me post. So I'm so excited.
Well, you can, you can ask it to do you a social media campaign for the next however. So, give you 6 social media posts on, the benefits of the vitamin mineral IV.
oh, yeah, definitely. Like I used it the other day to interpret my x-rays of my shoulder. Because I got the oh, here's your x-ray results. Like,
Right.
yeah, thank you. And it was really very easy. Okay, where is the, okay, DALL-E is the OpenAI is the company that produced ChatGPT. They also have DALI, like DALI. And the only thing with DALI is that it's usually very busy, so, because it's free. So if you try to generate something, it will come back with, oh, yeah. No. What is it? Open to give.
Like on your social media posts, if you wanna have a picture, ask it
To caption it for
to
me.
caption.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
because usually I'm sitting there like, what do I say?
There are actually some, there's a service, and I can get you a link for, that I created, where you upload the pictures and you tell it to write the caption.
So that's a different
Right,
one.
yeah. So here, this is DALI, so DALI is really interesting, so these are images generated with it, like this is a 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background with digital art. Or express oil painting of a basketball player, so you can type whatever you want in here. And it will generate one of these. Or what is really cool, you can upload an image and you can have it expand the image. So I put your picture right here, just you, when I tell it to expand it will come up with of where you are, your surroundings, based on the information it has. Like I have a picture of a friend, he's at a temple, Buddhist temple. It was just like from his upper body and a little bit of a side here, and it expanded because we needed a landscape picture for his Facebook page,
Mhm.
and expanded the whole thing, and it turned out really nice. See if it's still open. No,
And that's from that website.
actually from this one, yeah, from DALI Labs, OpenAI.com. So, but the problem is that, so if I put a cat in red, line art. Convertible. Okay. It'll start thinking, and it might tell me at some point, yeah, we're too busy right now. So that's why I use the other. Here, actually, okay,
Oh, there you go.
there it is.
Wow.
So here's some, this, like, the one I use most is called Midjourney, because the quality is a lot better. But let me see if I can show you this guy.
I like to surprise me.
Yeah, well, like I was, a client of mine does, lawn sprinkler installation, so his thing is, are you a hose dragger? So, but
Oh,
so I've had to generate these, but they're kind of weird, like where the hose is coming from sometimes.
Yeah.
Hands seem weird, did some cartoons too. Like, look at these fingers, it has trouble with fingers. It has improved a little bit though, but where's the other guy? I think I have it. Up here.
That's me, but I guess I'm not middle-aged anymore.
Yeah, so like these are pretty good, like this was it's for a coach. So it just was something about success, so that worked. I think we used actually the one for let's see what, this was a picture of my mother-in-law. And it was, so the only picture was, this is the, okay, so the original, let's see, let's show it. No, that's not the original. It was a picture of my mother-in-law, and then it started creating all this other stuff. So you see the side here of her, and these are the expansion of that
is
picture.
that a goat?
It's, I don't know, goat or,
It's just a random goat.
yeah,
Wow.
and it made up all the other
It
shapes.
does everything else.
Made up, yeah, so, and I don't have the final picture here, because obviously she was full in the center of the picture, which I wanted to expand it a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, here. This one, yeah, so. Here it changed it, that was weird. But there's like, you can do, and these are not that good. There's some, I know a guy, his name is Ori. He's an artist, he's actually an actual artist, and he uses a thing called Stable Diffusion. So he does his art digitally now, but they're beautiful, and you can teach the machine, like I can feed it 50 pictures of you, and then okay, now create a Mona Lisa version with your face, and so, and it'll do a really, really good representation of that.
If it makes me look like James, I'm okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay, is this was my wife.
I need to do this together, excuse me.
No problem. We're done, basically.
Thank you so much.
You bet. You
I'll
bet.
wait for those emails.
Jim, Parker.
Not with me, but I've got them.
I think that is.
Oh, you're
They're
there.
out.
If your car's up there, I'll
I
grab it.
actually noticed they were out.
Oh, they.
Well, I'll check again, but I was gonna grab some anyways. Nice meeting you.
Oh, so these are modifications I did of my picture,
Oh, wow.
generate other stuff from mine, but,
I told you that.
oh, this is the one I was telling you about. So this guy. Right, all this is generated.
So.
James is like, yeah, I know.
Oh, they were.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody be safe.
This one.
So it doesn't show the face, but the original was just his portrait, and then it created everything else, you see all the different, it continued his suit and everything, and then created the background. And we actually ended up with a really nice landscape picture of this.
That's awesome.
Indeed, indeed it is. You
So I have Dally, I have Thanks.io, I have prompt-based Discord.
Well, you're gonna get, I'm gonna send you the whole list of,
And in the first one too, that you
Yeah.
did. Or,
and then there's the whole PowerPoint.
Yeah.
With all the links and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your email's on the card you gave me, right?
I'm sorry?
Your email's on the card you gave me?
Yes,
And the recording,
Should I have the recording?
yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna create like a recording, oh, I mean, actually, once we stop it, I can get the recording.
Yeah. Yeah, once we're done with this.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
anybody have any questions? I know there's a few people online. If you got any questions, jump in.